You guys won the CAA championship for the second time this year. Talk a little bit about this season and what it was like winning the second CAA championship of your career.
It was sweet. I mean, I really couldn't have asked for more, you know, especially after having lost the clincher last year, and which was very tough, you know. Being able to bounce back this year was all I really dreamed of after that I lost that match last year, so it's all I could ever ask for.
The tennis teams here are kind of like hidden gems. Talk a little bit about why these programs are always so successful year in and year out.
I just think Coach Causton is a great recruiter, you know. He always brings in good guys, and we're disciplined and we work hard, and, you know, success breeds success, and I think that's very accurate when it comes to Coach Causton's teams.
You mentioned Coach Causton. Tell us a little bit more about him and the impact he's had on your life as a student athlete here at VCU.
Oh, he's helped me a lot, you know. I couldn't thank him enough for having put up with me these 3.5 years, you know. And we've had a bit of a special relationship too. My dad was his first recruit ever back in '82, I think. So he's been kind of like a father figure for me here, which is what a coach should be. So it's been good.
Talk a little bit about why you chose VCU out of any school in the country.
Well, when it came down to it, the opportunities I had, I could choose between Memphis and SMU or some other schools, and in the end it just came down to VCU being the best tennis program out of the schools that I could choose from. And my dad knowing Paul, of course, that was a factor too. So, but it was a tennis. I wanted to give it a shot, and I don't regret coming here at all.
Can you describe a little bit of the transition from coming over from Sweden into VCU in the United States?
Of course, it was different. I mean, I actually didn't come straight from Sweden. I graduated from high school in Prague. We've lived abroad for half of my life, so I guess I was used to the moving around and all that, so I've gained a bit of an adaptability trait, I guess. But of course it was new. The United States is nothing like Europe, and it was a bit of a culture shock in the beginning, I guess.
You're coming up on the end of your collegiate career. What are some things that you're going to take away from it?
It's just been great, you know. I knew all along that I was going to come to the States and continue being a student athlete like I've been for the past, 12 years, you know, and I just think it's been a great experience. The whole student athlete is something that I'm very proud of being, and I'm just really proud of everything I've done here.
As a student athlete, you get a chance to work with a bunch of different groups of people, from strength coach to academic advisors. Tell us a little bit about the sports system that VCU brings to the table, and what they've done behind the scenes to help you become the tennis player that you are.
It's been, you know, all aspects here of the student athlete life at VCU has been very supportive, and it feels like it's a family, you know, and it just makes you feel so much more comfortable doing the things you do on a daily basis, and I think that comfort definitely helps you play better tennis as a result, you know, and playing for the team and for the school, obviously, that's you represent, and it all just comes together, and it works out really well.
What are some life lessons that you've been taught as a student athlete and also just as a student here at VCU?
Coach Causton is actually very famous for his life lessons. You said the exact word, and he has them every once in a while after practices, and just time management has been huge here, you know. There's so much going on, and you feel almost like a machine sometimes when you have to run the class and run the workout and all that. So I think definitely that I've learned to manage time in a great way that I wasn't able to do before.
What has been your favorite memory as a VCU Ram?
Obviously, like you mentioned before, winning the CAAs, it's, you know, it was something special both of the times, and I had a great run in the regionals this past fall, which was where I played some of my best tennis that I've ever done. So, but I would definitely say, especially winning this last championship here was very special. You know, getting revenge over UNC Wilmington, which has kind of been my nemesis here during my 4 years, and just executing one of my best matches ever, really, in that final against the guy that I lost to last year was. I haven't felt that good after a match in a long time.
Tennis team's a really small group of guys. Talk about some of the bonds that you're going to take away from your teammates, some of the relationships that you've built over the past 4 years, and how that's going to change from not being here next year.
It's going to be weird, you know. They're kind of like your brothers here. You hang out and you do everything with those guys, and it's going to be weird not being part of that team. And I've made some great friends here over my 3.5 years, and but you know, people come and go, and you learn to deal with departures and new faces and all that. So I'll be keeping in touch with them over, you know, Facebook is so great. So I'll be trying to keep in touch with how the guys do, especially next year, and I'm going to follow them, you know. So I don't want to lose contact with any of them.
What are your plans for next year?
I'm heading back home for having lived abroad for 12 years. It's going to be kind of nice. I got accepted to a master's program at home in Lund, Sweden, and I have a lot of old friends that live there, and it's just going to be nice, you know, being able to share the daily life with them, not only having to see them in the summer and Christmas. So I'm excited to try that out and do something new.
In years down the road, when you tell your grandkids about your experience here at VCU, what are some of the stories that you're going to tell them?
Well, the most incredible story is from my freshman year when, I mean, it's the most unreal tennis memory that I've ever, or unreal tennis incident that I've ever experienced was when I got overruled on a call at match point against Wilmington, you know, where I should have won the match and where I should have been the hero and all, but that it just didn't happen. Then I cramped a couple of points later, and then I lost, and it was just so unfair in every aspect. But I'm going to be telling them about the conferences, you know, and when I won against Duke this year, I played a great match, and just, you know, campus life in general, I guess.